Why, hello there. I see that you're here to watch a movie review, so luckily you've come to the right place. Hi, my name is Skylar. This is my channel Skyrockets, and you're watching my 43rd movie review. So, to start off, this movie is about the Omen IV, The Awakening, and I will be giving a description, a review, and then a rating. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy my review. A Virginia congressman named Gene York and his wife Karen are having trouble conceiving a child. So instead, they adopt a baby girl and name her Delia. But as Delia gets older, she begins to show violent and sociopathic behaviors, which starts to concern Karen. But then Karen unexpectedly becomes pregnant and finds out that she was a surrogate for the Antichrist. Now, she must deal with her adopted daughter, who she discovers is the daughter of the Antichrist, along with her newborn son, who is the new Antichrist. So within the first 10 minutes of this film, I knew it was going to suck. I found it funny that they even tried to continue the Omen series the way that they did. And honestly, it wasn't a bad idea to introduce that Damien had a kid, especially after he did the dirty with that journalist Kate Reynolds in part 3. But the way they just copied the first and second film and didn't even try to make this unique ruined the experience. Plus, the acting was just terrible. I mean, it wasn't like the worst thing I've seen, but it was, you could kind of notice it was bad. I felt like I could have done a better job, and honestly, I probably could have. But I also wasn't aware that this was a television film that premiered on Fox, which explains a lot because it definitely isn't theater worthy. The dialogue was really bad. I didn't feel connected to these characters or care about them in any way. I mean, I didn't notice character development, except that Karen started losing her love for Delia, but like, that was like the only part I really noticed because I was so focused on all the other bad stuff. The editing and transitions were terrible. Like one scene where the doctor and mom were talking, or the doctor and Karen were talking, and then it just cut to the next scene right when they were finishing their conversation, but it just cut off. There was also a scene that they made seem suspenseful by playing some suspenseful music, but then it just cut to the next scene and everything was okay. Not only did I dislike that, but it hyped it up like something was about to happen, and they did the transition to the next scene terribly. Just watch.
Kill my baby. He's trying to kill my baby.
The baby's fine, Karen. You couldn't have anything to do with this. Oh, don't be silly. Let's just give you a healthy baby. That's 50 seconds. Good grade, huh?
So as you saw, that transition was bad, and there was also that suspenseful music for no reason because everything was fine right after when it transitioned. It's like, what was the point of adding suspenseful music? And following this scene, like literally right after this transition, there's another transition from this scene to another, and it was terrible. It was like a fade out scene, but it was bad. And then the acting, oh. So, just watch this next clip.
50 seconds. Good grade, huh?
Okay.
It's all arranged. I'm sending a lady over to help take care of Delia. She's an ex-nurse. Her name is Miss Roselli. That's great. Thanks.
Who are you?
Karen, this is the anesthesiologist.
No anesthesia.
Just in case.
No.
Just in case.
No.
You see what I mean? The editing was not that great, and everything felt so sped up in the moment. At first, I was like, why even add those scenes? Just cut to when she has the baby at that point. But then, I realized that there was a reason those scenes were added, because when the doctor talks to the dad, it's part of the story that the doctor talks to the dad, because it hints that the doctor is involved with knowing Delia is the Antichrist. Because that lady he sends over is exactly like in the first movie with the nanny, you know, that he sends a lady over that's part of the cult or whatever. So, I do realize why that scene was added and why they didn't skip it. But I also feel like they could have just skipped all that sped up stuff and just implemented it in a different way. But, yeah, there was just so many points in this movie where things cut off. Like, the next scene I'm about to show you, there's some audio that cuts off. The audience is cheering at this church, and a preacher is like, praise God, and you hear the audience cheering, and then just cuts off, and the lady I don't remember her name, but she starts talking again. So just take a look at this clip and listen. You'll hear it cut off.
It is only.
Did you hear what I was talking about? Did you hear that audio just cut off? Because if you did, you'll understand why this was a problem throughout the movie. Because, like I said, things got cut off a lot in this movie. And if you didn't hear it, I recommend going back and listening again, because I know it was a short video. But moving on from the transitions and stuff, the death scenes, they were really lame. 2 of them were just heart attacks. Some other scenes gave the characters enough time to avoid their impending doom, but they didn't even try. Like, the first nanny, Jo, she was staring out a window yelling at Karen, like, Karen, Karen! Or she wasn't saying Karen, she was saying, Mrs. York, Mrs. York! And it's like, girl, run. Go run. Why are you standing there? Just run out there and get her. Like, I don't know. She had enough time to avoid her death. And then there was the gun scene between Karen and the nanny that was just ridiculous and over-exaggerated. And then you hear the gunshot go off, and you just see them both like, and then it's like, which one got shot? Like, it's like obviously the bad guy probably got shot, and it was the bad guy, or the second nanny, the evil one. So all the deaths were just outright ridiculous in some way. Moving past the death scenes, there was a scene when Karen brings Alexander, which is her newborn baby. She brings him home, and Delia kisses the baby upon arrival. But you can clearly see that it's a doll and not a real baby. Just watch this clip. I didn't even have to pause this when I first saw it. I knew. I was like, wow. I mean, just look at it. You could tell it's fake. Now, I know what some of y'all might be thinking. It's like, okay, they use baby dolls in like lots of movies where there's supposed to be a real baby. It's like, yeah, that's true. But in this movie, there were scenes where they had a real baby play Alexander. So I'm like, why not just use the baby in that moment? Why did they switch to a doll all of a sudden? It was just weird. Or at least cover up the baby's face with a blanket. It was, I don't know. I just don't know why they didn't use a real baby. And remember how I was saying the acting sucked in this movie? Well, I swear this is the last clip I'll share, but there's a scene where this lady tells Karen that the detective she hired died in a freak accident, but the lady says it in such a nonchalant way. It's like she doesn't even seem sympathetic towards Karen, or that she cares about the detective dying. I don't know. It's just the way she addressed it. And I was like, this lady don't give a shit. Pardon my language. But she don't give a damn. So I'm like, okay. Anyway, just watch this next clip.
Hello, can I speak to Earl Knight, please?
Oh, are you a relative?
Why?
Well, this sort of thing is kind of, it's kind of tough to...
Yeah, I'm a sister.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Your brother died in a freak accident.
What?
I couldn't believe it. We had 2 strange deaths in one day. Your brother at the construction site, and then a preacher woman of snake bites. Oh, it was a bad day.
So you saw how that scene went, and I'm not even going to go more in depth on that. But the only thing I actually liked about this movie was the twist at the end and the end itself. Other than that, I could go on and on about how bad this movie was. But let's just give this thing a rating. Overall, I give this movie 3 out of 10 stars. I feel like I already went a lot in depth on why I gave it this rating, so I'm not going to go more in depth. Well, I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you want to check out more movie reviews, you can wait till the end of this video and tap the playlist that pops up, or you can click on my name down below. But until next time, I will catch y'all with the next flick.